it's been 25 years since Bill and Melinda together started this foundation.
What exactly foundation contributes and how it contributes to the complete ecosystem?
Each child should be able to get an affordable vaccine. So that is that's the mainstay of our our work. Say suddenly we are hearing of monkeypox, for instance, or during say COVID times. So we work with larger groups like CEPI, for instance, or Gavi. So we all work in a consortium. So then we all work together to make these pandemic related vaccines come up very quickly.
So ecosystem is developing.
Yes, absolutely.
We might be setting up the right platform now.
Absolutely. The harmonization with something called the ICH, which is the international body which governs how a dossier or how an application should be made.
Hello everyone, this is Ravindra from Pharma Now and welcome to the Pharma Now session. So today we have a very interesting and a very dynamic personality, Dr. Raji. Actually her name is Dr. Rajeshwari, but she preferred Dr. Raji or Raji, so I'm going to stick with that. Okay, she is from Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and leads the vaccine program across the India or India?
India. It's global.
It's global, yeah. So she's a program head for vaccine development.
Yeah, I'm a senior program officer. That's my title.
Oh, I'm very sorry. Yeah. Senior program officer. That is very important to know. But her work is really admirable and incredible. So we should certainly dive through the complete work. So Raji, welcome to Pharma Now first.
Thank you, sir.
And thanks for sharing your time. I think what you are doing is really amazing. So I first wanted to understand the work of the foundation, how exactly it works.
Yeah, so Ravindra, right?
Yeah, anything fine. Ravindra, Ravi.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So Ravi, next year in 2025, foundation is going to complete 25 years of its existence.
Wow, congratulations.
So, yes, so it's been 25 years since Bill and Melinda together started this foundation with a dream, to rid the world of rota. Actually, I think Bill's dream was that he should rid the world of infection due to rotavirus. So that is how the foundation started.
Okay.
And of course, over these last few years, we have done so much work. And I'm going to speak about our vaccine work because I'm part of that team. But we have done incredible work, I would say, towards reducing disease burden and towards helping eradicate a lot of infectious diseases, including polio. So that's very much high up on Bill's list, eradication of polio. We still haven't reached there, but we are continuously working towards it. And
I think we have got really good success in that, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We have developed recently a novel polio vaccine, which has got approval in 2 different countries by 2 different manufacturers, and we were the driving force behind the technology, the scale up, the license in both the countries, and one of them is India. So yeah, very proud to be part of the foundation.
Now, when you say you lead a vaccine program, so what exactly foundation contributes and how it contributes to the complete ecosystem?
Yeah, so the thing is that we want to reach out to the poorest of the poor. So in the farthest corner of the world, say in deepest corners of say Africa or other low and middle income countries, including India, where a child should be able to get, each child should be able to get an affordable vaccine. So that is that's the mainstay of our our work.
Right.
So and in order to be able to provide that at that cost to that child, we need to have vaccine manufacturers supplying that many millions of doses to those many countries at such low cost.
Correct.
So that has been our business plan And that's why we work with manufacturers predominantly in India. And you would know that 60% of the vaccines which are used for immunization throughout the globe comes from India.
From India, yeah.
So there is a lot of work that the foundation does with Indian manufacturers because of their incredible capacity to scale up.
Oh, okay.
And because they have the skill sets, they've had support from government agencies. The regulatory has been supportive, and not just that, there is a willingness there's that kind of spirit is there in the companies to be able to provide and to reach out to a larger global person. So that's the reason that we have worked with companies like Serum Institute, Biologically, many other companies. We are working with a lot of startups now. So what we do is we help them increase their capacities.
Okay.
We help them invest in their infrastructure and then in their quality systems, in their good manufacturing practices.
Okay.
And all that is an end-to-end sort of a support.
Wow.
And the idea is that they should reach the ultimate goal of WHO pre-qualification. That is our goal.
Okay.
Because only once they reach the WHO pre-qualification or PQ as it's called, will they be able to supply to UNICEF or other procuring agencies. So we need that high quality of product coming at that largest
as a foundation, you are also helping the manufacturers to raise their quality and reach out to the WHO's pre-qualification.
Absolutely.
And how you do it? Through consulting, through funding, how you do it?
Yeah, so there are different mechanisms.
Okay.
One is, of course, direct funding, where we directly interact with the manufacturer.
Okay.
Then there is something called indirect funding, where we see that there is a lot of technical support is needed when their quality management systems have to be improved, say for instance. Then we work with partners like PATH, who help us. They are the conduits between the foundation and the manufacturer.
Okay.
So they help facilitate, like IVI, for instance, is another partner that we work with. So they help with tech transfers.
Okay.
So if a company, say a multinational or any other company, maybe outside of India, they have the technology, but it has to be transferred, right? So they start with tech transfers, then they make sure that the facilities meet the required quality standards. When inspectors or auditors come, then the facility should be GMP.
Correct. Good manufacturing practices.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's another way of funding. That is, one is direct, one is this indirect.
Through the
through the partners. And another way is during, say, in cases of, say, pandemic related diseases. Say suddenly we are hearing of monkeypox, for instance, or during, say, COVID times. So we work with larger groups like CEPI, for instance, or Gavi. So we all work in a consortium. So then we all work together to make these pandemic related vaccines come up very quickly. So these are the three ways that we work.
I think they must be keeping you very busy, right?
Because
in India we have so many vaccine manufacturers. You must be traveling everywhere.
Yes, yeah. The idea is that we touch base with them regularly, virtually, and also meet with them. The capabilities are there.
So I think as you are traveling so many places and you are meeting so many vaccine manufacturers, let me just take a detour now. So what challenges you find in vaccine manufacturing in India and the innovation part? Because I heard a lot we are largest manufacturer, let's in terms of volume.
Correct.
But when it comes to the value addition, there is still a lot of scope for it. So what's your take on it?
Agreed. See, our investment in India started way back in 2001.
Okay.
With the Meninge program, which we did with Serum Institute of India, PATH and WHO. Okay. They collaborated together to bring about a vaccine called MenAfriVac, which was specifically for Africa,
Okay.
but made by India.
Indian. Okay.
Okay. Since then, we have invested in lot of traditional vaccines. I was part of a pneumococcal vaccine
Okay.
project as well. So when I was in Serum, but now
So you were part of Serum.
yeah, I was part.
I
of
will
yeah,
come back
yeah,
to
yeah.
that later then.
So yeah, so. But now the space is in terms of innovation, it's quite advanced in India. So we are now able to invest in proof of concept sort of models or investment. We don't necessarily look straight only at WHO PQ right away. We know that there are going to be challenges. It's not going to be like an easy route to
Correct.
licensure than a PQ. So we are investing a lot in novel or innovative vaccines, say the mRNA or circular RNA or virus-like particles, or alternative hosts for protein production, or monoclonal antibodies which will reduce cost.
Right.
So these are some of the or even a multivalent combination vaccines which are not very compatible otherwise. So these are innovative,
Correct.
but they are very high risk for us.
Right.
They may, or most of the time we know that they may not work, because it is such an innovative new space. There is no standards
Right.
in place. So even the startups are figuring out as they
Right.
But we want to encourage this innovation, and hopefully once we start, if they demonstrate proof of concept, they want to say animal data, if that looks encouraging, then we hope that we would connect them to a bigger biotech for scale up and so on.
Right.
It's early days, but
But I think there will be a cost for experiments, and we have to invest.
Yeah, absolutely. But we are willing to do that. Yes.
Yeah. So you feel that the innovation quotient of the country in vaccine area is increasing now?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And we have such support from government bodies now, DBT, ICMR, even CDSU.
Yeah.
So and there is a lot of public-private co-funding opportunities also. In fact, only recently we heard that ICMR may start a Section 8 sort of company that may allow a public-private co-funding opportunity.
Wow, that can
So,
be really
and
big.
DBT already has a BIRAC.
Yeah, BioRec.
So yeah, so the what I would say is the landscape is promising now.
So ecosystem is developing.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think we might be setting up the right platform now.
Absolutely. Only yesterday I was on a panel discussion with the national academies in US for science, engineering and medicine. They want to develop a partnership with Indian bodies.
Wow.
So there is a possible collaboration happening as we speak. So it's not just us, the whole world is looking at India for collaborative efforts and in research, innovative research. So it's very encouraging.
Interesting, very interesting. So now I think I have understood what you all noble work you guys are doing. So let me go back to your childhood. So where are you from?
Okay, I'm from Tamil Nadu. From
Which
Chennai.
Oh, Chennai.
Yeah.
Chennai metro city or?
Chennai Metro. Yeah.
Okay. So you are always having this dream to having a work in pharma area and
No, please.
so what was your thought?
No. I wanted to be a air hostess or something like that.
Oh, really? Air hostess
Something
and
more
to the
glamorous,
doctor.
because those days we would fly and fly very infrequently, but see such glamorous women on flight and so on. So people would tell me you should try and be, and so that not that was particularly a dream or I pursued it, but not definitely pharma was not a thing, but I just got into it, I guess by accident, from Delhi University.
Okay.
So
what you did? You did B Pharm and all?
yeah, so I did my B Pharmacy, then I did my post graduation, and then recently I finished my PhD. So
Oh, wow. So
all in
PhD
pharma.
from?
From Pune University.
Oh, really nice. And then how you started your career?
It started. I started off with Dr. Reddy's in
Okay.
Hyderabad.
Okay.
But yeah, before that, I was working for a short stint in a company called American Remedies, which no longer exists. I think I started off with R&D in R&D formulations.
Okay.
Then
So you're a research scientist
yeah,
from the start.
correct.
Okay. Wow.
Then I moved on to the regulatory space, quality space. So moved to and then in between I got married also. So I had to move with my husband and my daughter.
Oh.
So
How old is your daughter?
she is 24. She,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Let me not ask next question. Wow, nice.
So she works in DC for economic consulting firm.
Oh, wow.
So,
Fantastic.
yeah.
But then, how the after having the career in a pharma as a scientist, getting into Get Foundation, how's this transition?
Oh, after many years in the in the pharma biotech space, actually I was already working with the foundation people
Okay.
when I was
In serum.
in serum.
Oh, nice.
So we had a huge pneumococcal vaccine, right?
Correct.
I told you, right?
Yeah.
So that project really got me closer to a lot of foundation folks. So that's when I came to know the work that they were doing and how much it helped our project when I was in serum, the kind of support that we received. So when then I think it was when an opportunity came up, I thought yes, it's time to make a transition. So which I did. But the good part is I still work very closely with serum and other companies that I work with.
But now on the other side of the table.
On the other side. So, but I'm received very warmly, and it's never like someone who left the company. It's like someone who will be their spokesperson. It's that kind of a feeling they have when they see me.
So okay, now you talk about you were part of regulatory side.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, I wanted to understand how difficult right now the scenario in country from the regulatory side.
It's streamlined a lot, to be very honest, because in BioE actually I started the regulatory affairs department. There was no RA department only when I was in BioE. So from that time to now, there's an extremely streamlined process which is in place. I must admit that. Forget what I told in the panel, but that was just for some excitement.
Yeah.
But nevertheless. It's extremely streamlined, and there is a lot of support from CDSCO, from DCGI, because vaccine means it's not just the state control, right? The central authority, the regulatory authority, has the supreme power, and the state authority works in conjunction with the central licensing authority and makes sure that the license are given to you. But the overarching regulations are done by the central DCGI's office. So the good part is the submissions are almost paperless now. There is except for one or two applications, it's almost a paperless submission.
And that's wonderful, right?
Yes.
So once it is a paperless, once it is digitally transformed, lot of area gets covered. So
Correct.
like corruption, everything goes out of the equation.
Absolutely. So that is one great thing I've noticed in the last 4-5 years, that it's become completely electronic. And secondly, there is a harmonization with something called the ICH, which is the international body which governs how a dossier or how an application should be made. So there are set templates. They're called CTD templates or modules. So the good thing is that even our regulatory authority has adopted the same template. So now if we want to submit to say DCGI, we want to submit it to XYZ country, we want to submit to WHO, the same dossier can be sent to every place. You know the kind of donkey work that we use.
Exactly. For with every regulatory, you have a different format, different teams.
Yeah.
Very well.
So that ease of submission or making an application, I think that has really transformed I would say, the regulatory space as far as India is concerned. And And also there's a lot of alignment with the WHO pre-qualification and our NRA. So the WHO PQ comes and inspects our NRA to see whether, how what the maturity level is. Are they, because they have to keep the NRA qualified for them to be able to accept submissions from the manufacturer.
Correct.
And you know that our ultimate goal is WHO pre-qualification, right? So when they come and inspect, so the DCGI, they're also like, working very hard to improve their systems, their internal processes, their infrastructure. So it's a constant improvement that they're also doing.
Correct.
So in order to be able to meet the WHO, not just for that, but they are able to meet that requirement. So yeah, sorry.
I think that this is wonderful. If our regulators are getting aligned with the industry,
I agree. Yeah.
I think there is certainly going to be like the dream what people are calling like India being a global pharmaceutical.
Yeah,
So that can certainly come true.
Okay.
That's wonderful. So what's the next plan for Kid Foundation and for you?
I just love being in the foundation, and it's been a transformative sort of journey for me because I'm able to see the impact that we are driving, and it's also nice to see now that I'm outside of the biotechs that I work with, how much respect and appreciation that the world has of these companies. I didn't understand that as much when I was
when we were part of this.
But now when I talk to others,
so we were always like, we are Indian company.
Yeah, correct. We were like, and they're like, oh my God, you're from Serum, and they are like, they're just amazed at what Serum has achieved, or even.
It's really a proud moment for us.
So I feel so proud that we have achieved that global standing. So it's great.
Wonderful. So a last question, rather, I will say. I would like to continue, but we have a time limit. So now, being a Tamilian girl, right? When you started a pharma career, like you said 20-25 years, I'm just guessing the age. I'm not going to ask you. So that time must be it's very rare for a female to get into this area, and now achieving this fit, right? How easy or difficult for you like this journey was, and then what's your message for the young girls who are looking to get into pharma and looking at you, getting inspired from you? What's the message for?
Oh well, just I don't know. Just follow your dream, I guess. And my background, of course, from Tamil, we are always pushing our kids to forever keep studying, and that is always.
Exactly. That's where I put the Tamilian girl.
That Tamilian Brahmin, that too. So it's always, you are always expected to achieve something.
Do best.
Yeah. Yeah. So and most of us in fact go into IT or a software engineer, or or you go abroad, and So that way, I think I've done not badly from my parents' perspective. Like, acha, theek hai, chal, kuch to she's done type. So, but I have no message really, but do whatever.
No, but I think your journey itself is an inspiring journey, and I think audience must have got what they wanted to take from you. So wonderful! It's a really pleasure talking to you and understanding about your whole journey. And thanks a lot for sharing these insightful stories.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.